Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate. Science fiction on a screen so bright. Old classics and the new delights. The Unapologetic Geek will lead the way, with facts and fun to fill your day. Discussing every detail, every frame, from the eerie to the loud and the tame. Gig along with all that's great. Those Sunday vibes you can't debate. Tug along with the Sunday crew. Geeking out is what we do. Giggle on, it's gonna be great. Don't be late, let's celebrate.
Greetings. Welcome to Talk Chat.
I think Dan's on the can.
Getting prepared for today's show with some Barbarella.
All right.
Excellent. So, as Dan is alluding to, today we are going to be talking about science fiction comedy movies. And as we were discussing in the green room before we started, when I proposed this topic, I didn't think there'd be that many movies to talk about. You know, we talk about some of the big ones that you probably immediately think of. But then the more we thought about it, the more we realized this could go on forever. There are so many of these. It's kind of insane. But I also want to bring up why I am doing this, and it's because of Dan. It's entirely Dan's fault. He's been trying to get me to watch a movie called Galaxina for about a month now. And then because I've been trying to get him to watch Strange New Worlds, he finally started watching Strange New Worlds. And so now I was obligated to finally follow through and watch Galaxina. So I did this last week. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. Because when I went into it, I thought Galaxina was going to be a little bit more like Barbarella, like soft comedy. Like it's a comedy, but it's not like completely screwball. But no, Galaxina is pure screwball. We'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, because that's obviously going to be my first pick. But I just want to thank Dan.
For it.
Yeah, or give Dan all the blame, whatever. And I will say hi to Just Carwin. Hello, greetings. And let's just say hello to everyone on the panel, starting with you, Thrash. Speak.
Oh, me. Yes. I was like, I'm not in the comment section, but then I don't have to be, do I? How we doing, all folks? I hope you're all having a excellent week and an even better week to follow.
Dan.
Greetings from South Carolina. Welcome to the show that you can blame entirely on me.
Hi, guys. It's me, Tracy, and I'm here for the ride. Have a great Sunday, guys.
And finally,
y'all know what it is. I'm the angry black guy that likes to criticize movies and talk trash straight up about them. Yo, there's no holding back. Yo, but this is a great topic. Comedy, sci-fi movies. I love this. Get ready. Strap in. Sit down. Get your popcorn.
Okay. So let's see. The way we do this, for those of you who don't know, is we just kind of go around and we each name a movie, one movie at a time. So yeah, like I said, oh, hi Thrash.
Oh, you guys were in the chats.
Hello.
I wasn't. Trying to flank you.
So yeah, let's talk about Galaxina. How many of you have seen Galaxina? Just out of curiosity. It's just me and Dan. Okay.
That's why I recommended it to you. It's like the greatest movie on earth that nobody has seen.
Like I said, I wasn't expecting a full-on screwball comedy, but yeah, this is out there. It's how to describe this movie. Like, Okay, Galaxina is a robot. Okay, she's a robot. She's not a human, and she's on this. I think they're supposed to be policemen, like space police,
Kind of like it's a Star Cruiser.
on a star cruiser. It's like a crew of like 4 or 5 guys.
I think
And
they escort criminals to their trials and stuff.
yeah, that's it. And to set the tone, they tell you that the name of the commander is Commander Butt. Like, that's his name, Commander Butt. He's played by let me get his name right, because he's a Avery Schreiber, right? He's a
Oh my God.
vaudevillian. You probably would recognize him if you saw him.
I met him.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
He's the only recognizable actor in the whole movie. He's great though. Halfway through the movie, like they have to go into stasis for like 17 years, and this goofy alien that he gave birth to because he ate an alien egg in a scene that's obviously rip off of Alien, like messes with his stasis device, so he gets all old and gets like completely covered in hair. He starts to look like Cousin It or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin with this movie. Jesus. There's a point where they go to an alien planet in search of something called a blue star, which every time they say blue star, there's like this very airplane. And they go to this human restaurant because they think, okay, fine, a human restaurant, a place where humans can go. But no, it's a human restaurant in that they don't serve humans, but they serve humans.
It's a cookbook.
Oh.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't even know what else to say. It was very funny. It's a little slow. Like there's like long pauses between some of the good scenes. But according to Wikipedia, which I did a quick cursory glance at the Wikipedia article, the movie was supposed to be longer, but they had to delay filming, so they had to cut out a bunch of scenes. So there is actual filler, and it kind of shows. But personally, I think the funniest thing about the entire movie is that there's this group of pirates that are dressed like 50s greasers, and they worship that god Harley Davidson, which is literally just one motorcycle, and they worship this motorcycle. It's amazing. It's actually really funny.
That's a takeoff on Brave New Worlds.
It is. It's
Where they
totally.
worship the Model T.
This movie that come out in 1980, my friend, is a takeoff on just about everything science fiction that's come out before in the last 20 years, especially Alien and Star Wars. They ripped Star Wars a new one in the cantina scenes and the restaurant scenes, but I have a special love for this movie, as I was like 15 when it come out, and it was one of them movies when I first got cable that they played over and over, like the other one, Rhodey, and ones we talked about before. This is one of them movies I probably saw 200 times in 2 years because it was on all the time. You couldn't help watch it. But but to me, it's also, every time I watch it, it puts a little bit of a tear in my eye because there's so much tragedy involved with the movie.
Yeah.
And that being that the star, and this is her one and only movie, really, is called Dorothy R. Stratton. And I know you're a true crime.
Oh yeah.
She was murdered by her photographer boyfriend, right after this movie was filmed. She I think some of the box office success of this movie was the fact that the star of the movie was murdered while it was in theaters.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's sad. I think her story was just the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and it's doubly a shame when you watch this movie because she's really good. Like no joke, she's really good in this role. Like she's doing some actual acting, and her comedic timing is perfect. And yeah,
she was
gorgeous.
She was the 1979 or 80 Playmate of the Month.
Yeah,
the year.
9.
She was Playboy, Penthouse, all that.
Yeah.
Well,
she had a very bright future ahead of her.
One of the perks
she
about
actually
being
did.
one of the perks about being the centerfold of the year was that you got a movie deal. They always managed to get at least one movie. Some of them were good. Some of them, one I forget the young lady's name. She was beautiful, but she was in Porky's too, and she was such a bad actress. They had her play a foreign exchange because all she would say is yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Beautiful girl, but acting not a strong suit.
You see, and during the filming of this movie, she broke up with her boyfriend that killed her, and she began dating the director. It was already going to be in his next two movies. So, her future was set. If she hadn't been killed, we'd be looking at one of the biggest stars of our time, I think. And I think it's sad. It's sad in a Sharon Tate kind of way.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
To be like Chance to make that comparison.
Yeah, definitely.
I can see that.
So she was brutalized. Yeah.
And he was such a piece of shit. He really was. He really was. I normally don't say naughty words, but
I can't remember the name of it.
I'll make an exception for that one. That's perfect.
Exactly.
I'm not going to swear to the title, but I saw a movie about her life, and I think it's called Star 80.
That's it.
And it's a documentary about her life and her murder, and it's just a really good movie too.
There was a made-for-TV movie called Death of the Centerfold as well.
Yeah, I saw them both, and I was just in tears. That was sad. That was totally sad and uncalled for.
I think Star 80 was a theatrical release.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't think it did very well, but I don't know. Somehow I saw it, so it must have been okay.
I think some of the puritanical groups were kind of against it. Thank God those days are over, huh, gang?
No, God. Oh, gosh.
Did I say that out loud? I myself
no bad words, no politics. Stop it.
I love the theocracy.
Since he watched Galaxina, and obviously I knew, even though he didn't say nothing when he brought it up last night on another stream, by the look on his face that he had liked it.
I really did. I liked it. Yeah.
Let me
like
point
it too.
That one of the best recommendations I've had was watching Strange New Worlds. I really like this Star Trek series. I like it a lot better than some of the bigger series, really. And I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, I am too, even though it's been out forever and I haven't watched it yet, which really is amazing. But I'm old now, so I'm busy.
You're old.
Yes.
Which makes me old. I watched all 10 episodes of season 1 in less than a month.
So anyway, on that cheerful note, Trash, it is now your floor.
Well, I myself am not into science fiction or comedies, so I really won't have much to bring.
Well, then why are you here?
I'm gonna go with The Pawnbroker. No, I'm kidding.
The Pawnbroker. Oh God.
I know, right? Grimmest movie of all time. The Road was actually more fun. No, I'm going to go with what is arguably, not necessarily, but arguably the best known science fiction comedy franchise in Western civilization, and that is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You took mine.
Hey.
I got a list, and it's hitting. That was going to be my next one, by the way.
That was mine.
Somebody
too.
was going to say it.
Then we'll have plenty to talk about after I get my little micro retrospect. And as you guys know, I did a whole thing on this with Ian many years ago. It's the story is even more entertaining than the actual entertainment. It started out as a radio show at a time when that wasn't even a thing anymore. And the radio show was absolutely hysterical. And then Douglas Adams novelized the radio show and didn't miss a beat. The books in many ways, and the whole series of books, are even better than the radio show. And then they turned it into a TV show. And the English TV show, I think, is one of the greatest adaptations
Me too.
in history. Which now brings me to the movie, which I must say not only is one of the least accurate adaptations of a work of pure genius in history, and that's up against a pretty stiff competition, as I'm sure you guys all know.
We don't need
when I deconstructed it, it's just terrible. Now don't get me wrong. The main character, I can't think of his name to save my life.
Arthur Dent, Ford Prefect.
The Arthur Dent character is played
Martin
by
Freeman.
Kilpatrick.
Martin
No,
Freeman. Bilbo Baggins.
yeah, Martin, who, as we know, was in the first installment of Fargo, and he's a very good actor. He was competent as Arthur Dent because Arthur Dent is a fish out of water, so I mean it's easy to play that. But there was like no chemistry between him and Ford Prefect, and what made the original story so great is the chemistry between the two of them. They bordered on comedy duo, and you really didn't get that with these two. I wasn't crazy about the fact that they took Trillian, who barely qualifies as a love triangle in all the other installments, and they made her really the central character.
Oh,
I didn't mind, but it didn't call for it. And Zoe Deschanel was not up to the challenge. But the crowning turd in the water pipe, as Stephen Fry would say, the thing that bothered me the most was the portrayal of Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of Sam Rockwell. I thought he was riveting in The Green Mile. I thought he was hilarious in Jojo Rabbit, but I'm not a huge fan of his. But he was the least convincing Zaphod Beeblebrox. I could have done a better Zaphod Beeblebrox, even without the second head. And you can't have a quality version of the Head of the Galaxy without having a good Zaphod Beeblebrox. He is the central comedic elixir. And I'm watching it going, what the hell happened? Now, I understand Douglas Adams passed on before the film was made. In fact, I have to read this into the record. You know how he passed on, and for those of you who don't, he was doing his exercise regimen, which is something that's supposed to keep you healthy, and it killed him. He was on basically a treadmill, a machine that kept him walking even after he died. Brian Knowles did something like that in Earthworks. So just the irony of a machine which would make you walk after you could no longer walk is so something that would have existed in the Douglas Adams universe. It was almost poetic in a very sad, tragic way, but it's actually something he would have come up with. But anyway,
this topic was going to bring up so much tragedy.
I know.
Well, comedy is tragedy plus time. In fact, by the way, Indy's quote, "Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight," is from a funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
Yeah.
Which is not sci-fi, but it's one of my favorite comedies of all time.
But you know what? It had John Pertwee in it.
Very good. It certainly did.
Thank you, I mean, Tracy.
Yeah. But anyway, so unfortunately, the postscript in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy saga is that the movie sucked both as a comedy and a sci-fi film.
While I do disagree with you about the remake of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I actually like it. But I do see your point, especially with the chemistry between Ford and Arthur. I love Mos Def as Ford. I think they should have kept him. They should have recast Martin Freeman. As much as I love Martin Freeman as an actor, they should have recast him. I get you. I get you there. I also agree with you that Trillian shouldn't have been such a major player in the movie, especially Zoe Deschanel. Again, I like Zoe Deschanel, but she's just like a deer in headlights the entire movie, and it's exhausting. But you've got Alan Rickman as Marvin. You can't beat that. That is amazing. He's great. The movie was written by Douglas Adams, like the screenplay was still written by Douglas Adams. So all the stuff that's not from the original novel or the original radio series is stuff that he inserted. He did it himself. Yes, he was Yes, he passed, but he did write the screenplay.
But it was taken over by
yeah, there were some additional changes, but for the most part, what you see in the movie is what he wrote. All that said, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is great, and I do agree the BBC version is better. I do love the BBC version.
Me too.
And yeah, I used to when my son was really little, I used to read him Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy at night. Like that was my thing. I read him that, and I read him like some old Asimov serials about what was his name? What is his name? It's like Space Ranger. I can't remember his name, but anyway, I used to read him stuff like that. And he loved Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. To this day, he will pull up random quotes from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that I didn't even know he remembered, you know.
Aww.
So that's very cool.
That's so sweet.
It hung in the air in the same way that bricks don't.
Little
things like that just always stay with me.
I did. I like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movies too. I even like the little remake thing they did. I thought it was okay.
It's definitely not perfect, but I don't hate it. I
Once
think it's
again,
fun.
let me point out, if you've read the original source material, you'll find the movies are a tad bit different, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that a good word? Different?
Yeah, they're definitely different.
It's an understatement, if anything.
The book is definitely superior to all versions. I mean, the radio play is actually really good. It's really fun, but I still think the book is better. The radio play, one thing that Thrash failed to mention is that what Douglas Adams was trying to do is he was trying to get in on Monty Python. He wanted to be a member of Monty Python when he made Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's one of the things he was trying to do. And he did become friends with Monty Python, and he worked with Michael Palin on a TV show. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, like, that's just a fun fact. He was trying to be Monty Python. So
cool.
Yeah, he was Terry Gilliam as well. He was trying very, 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 very hard. And so I couldn't agree with you more as far as that goes. So yeah, I can certainly see that. And I have a couple of things that illustrate that later on. But yeah, so I mean, I can see why somebody would like it. I just didn't. One thing I did want to add, because something else I did forget to mention was, one of the things you see a lot in sci-fi literature is the need for exposition. Yeah, how did we get from where the viewer is to where we are now? And that's done in a couple of different ways. Sometimes like in a scroll, like in Star Wars. Sometimes it's, two people having a conversation where they just happen to cover all the bases. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy did so in what is possibly the simplest and yet most entertaining way impossible. They just kept going to topics in a big encyclopedia, but yet the voice was incredibly riveting and funny at the same time. So the exposition is actually more entertaining than some of the actual drama.
no, I agree. It's a very clever plot device.
Well,
Yeah.
It's a Gazimov, I just have to say.
Well, we ought to just write down some of the stuff Pon says. Let me get a pencil and paper over here.
You flatter.
Starship Titanic was not a show. Starship Titanic was a video game and a book. Very good video game and book, I might add.
What happens?
How would you?
Better know the plot.
It actually borrows a plot device from another movie that I'm probably going to bring up on my next round. So I'll just zip that up. Okay, Dan, go.
This list is just so various. There's so many things I could bring up, but I'm going to bring up something that people just ain't going to see coming. Because everybody's talking about the modern stuff. Everybody's talking about the last 20 years, I'm sure. So I'm going to go back to the 40s and the 50s, around 1956, actually. And I'm going to bring out the Nutty Professor, the original king of science fiction comedy, which also spun a few sequels like The Absent-Minded Professor and Flubber. And these were like the original mad scientist making his mad inventions. And I love the fact that it turned out to be silly putty that can make a car fly. It's just extra funny. And you actually got the two versions of it. And the original, I think, was Fred McMurray. And then Jerry Lewis later on in the late 60s, early 70s remade it. And the Jerry Lewis is usually the one everybody remembers.
Yeah.
The Flubber. As a matter of fact, 30 years later, Eddie Murphy remade it again with a little bit different premise. But it's
that was about like fat acceptance or something.
But if you look at the original Absent-Minded Professor, it's the original, and I'm talking the old one with McMurray, Fred McMurray. It's the original, one of the first science fiction movies that really dealt with the whole premise of a secret invention that does something weird, So
I like the Robin Williams version of Flubber. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, Fred McMurray is definitely better. I don't like Jerry Lewis. He's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm not
Hey, lady.
Oh God, don't do that.
Once again, I mentioned that Jerry Lewis made a remake. Let me point out, I am recommending the 1940 Fred McMurray original black and white. Blow your mind. He creates the weird stuff movie. They put it on the bottom of shoes and people can jump up and make slam dunks. It's like the original basketball advertisement too in a movie that first time you see tennis shoes getting to jump and stuff. It's a lot of product placement in this whole movie.
No, it's fantastic, and like it has left a mark on science fiction. Like even kids movies today, like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, is basically the Nutty Professor as a kid is kind of how you can look at it.
And another good point of this movie is take note. It's been remade in every generation for the children. Every 20 years or so, there's a variation of this movie.
Well,
And so
bear in mind though, the Nutty Professor is effectively a lighthearted Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's the same type of format, so it works. It's like it's one of those archetypes that you could actually fit in any number of different ways. So,
well, I mean,
I'll
the
say
mad
this.
scientist is all the way back to Frankenstein. It goes even
well,
further.
not just a mad scientist, a mad scientist who experiments on himself
On himself,
and
yeah.
creates a dichotomy. Did I use that word correctly?
You did actually.
Okay, good. I thought it was a botany term.
I prefer the old original back in the day version, the black and white one. But
as
of all
opposed to
the
the new
remakes,
original.
of all the remakes they've made, I'll be honest, and I think Eddie Murphy's remake was probably the best one of the bunch. It was the one that made me laugh. The Eddie Murphy movies made me laugh more for the remakes of the original than any of the other ones like Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, and it was before Eddie Murphy fell off. Like he was still good back then. Yeah. But I also like the Robin Williams version of Flubber. I think that's fun. It's Robin Williams, so
you can't do Robin Williams.
He made a couple of bad movies. You can't say he did no wrong. You can't say.
Well, I don't know which movie would you call his. I just don't see Robin Williams really made that many bad movies. I can't think of
1 Hour Photo wasn't good.
It was good if you like him doing something different and not stuck to him.
Yeah, 1 Hour Photo. He was freaky. He was
freaky. It's like Jim Carrey when he did that 27 movie. It was brilliant because it was so different.
All right, I'll grant that, but I didn't care for the movie.
It is kind of a boring movie. If it's not for Robin Williams being creepy, there's really nothing to that movie.
Valid. He held the movie afloat. And what's that one where he plays the he's a reporter or something, and he ends up running afoul of this crazy woman who is blind, who lost a son, and
that doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
Oh, no. McDormand is in it. And it's loosely based on a true story. And Indy, why have you forsaken me?
No,
and Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Indy.
That's a different movie.
But you're right. I fell asleep during Insomnia too. I hated Insomnia. Now that you mention it,
I don't remember
in that movie.
He was the bad guy in Insomnia. He was the serial killer. You don't really see much of him in
that movie.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I've got that movie on DVD, and I don't remember watching it.
It's my least favorite Christopher Nolan movie.
I'll have to check it out later.
Yeah, I don't know how this became a spotlight of Robin Williams.
I still say Popeye was his worst. By far.
I found out that as I get older, my brain
watch your mouth.
my brain deletes.
Popeye was great.
And before Dan says it, I will admit that yes, what's her name? Shelley Duvall is olive oil, like perfect.
Yeah, she sure was for that role.
But the Popeye movie's not good, man.
Great.
That was just another Shelley Duvall tragedy, one of many.
Well, as I bury Flubber, I yield the floor to Tracy.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, one of my peeves is like I loved watching Lost in Space as a kid, the TV show, 60s version, with Mr. Smith and B9, the robot, and the little guy. I can't think of his name now. Johnny?
Bill Mumy.
But Billy, thank you, Billy Mumy. I forgot what his character name was, but they had
Will Robinson. Warning, Will Robinson. Warning.
Thank you. They all had like some sort of a great chemistry between the three of them, and it was, I don't know if you want to call it dramedy or sci-fi dramedy, but it was pretty funny at times. I enjoyed that because of the campiness. And then all of a sudden this movie comes out that's brand new, and it lost all of the campiness as far as I was concerned. There was no smile, no part of the movie where you're smiling, it's all taken very seriously. And to me, that was just like, wow, it really robbed the movie of what the TV show was meant to do. It wasn't meant to be a serious TV show, not in the least.
No, and I do think that the TV show was better. But like the funnier episodes are actually my favorite episodes.
No, y'all both wrong. When Lost in Space come out, that was meant to be a serious show.
It was meant to be, but it became
to take it serious. But as Professor Dum-Dum and the little boy and the robot stole all the scenes, then they made it campy and they made it color and they tried to make it be like Batman over on the other channel. No, they ruined that show when they tried to make it campy.
I liked it because it was so bad. I mean, it was so campy.
I liked the original first season when it was actually trying to be a show.
Yeah. I mean, I like Mr. Smith. He's always screaming and he's always scared.
But we can all agree that the movie is not good.
Yeah.
Tragic. Awful.
It let me down.
It's better than the Blue Beetle.
No,
Oh God! Don't start.
No.
What's not better than Blue Beetle?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Lost in Space. Die on that hill.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's a pity. It's a pity because William Hurt could actually be very funny and had done sci-fi that he was actually good in. And I don't know if his check bounced halfway through production, but he was so phoning it in that
so was Gary Oldman of all people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scene
Smith.
chewer.
It's like the perfect Dr. Smith, and he's just boring.
There's actually a scene in Friends where Matt LeBlanc has to do a scene with Gary Oldman, and it's better than any scene they did together in Lost in Space.
Oh, okay.
Also, as a notorious time travel nitpicker, boy, that movie pisses me off. The time travel in that movie makes so little sense. It makes me so mad.
The space-time continuum.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, Mike Harper. I don't like to poo-poo things that people like.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm with Harper. I'm not saying it's a great movie or I liked it, but I didn't completely hate it. I have seen a lot worse movies. And for some reason, seeing the kid that used to be in the movie in the original series actually get an acting role after 30 years kind of made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I will
Gary's
say
right.
Sorry.
There was a showcase on Saturday mornings in the early 70s. What they did was they took pilots for Saturday morning cartoons that weren't picked up and presented them as like a TV event. And one of them was the Lost in Space. Which was
Oh, wow.
Oh no! Look what I got myself into.
Uh-oh.
It went down.
Okay, I actually do own Lost in Space because full disclosure, my wife likes it. So I guess I'll have to watch it for the next episode that I guest on Oh Boy, a Time Travel Podcast. Hi, Nate. Oh crap. I will say the Netflix version of Lost in Space isn't bad. Like it's not.
It's trash.
See, this is why I bring Shane on. He always disagrees with me, and I love it. We can agree on Die Hard, at least.
I started watching the first episode and went, nope. And that was it.
that was it. I got through that first episode. I was like, first off,
you had to give it a little bit more
stop
time.
it with the race swap crap that makes no sense into the family aesthetic already. So I'm not buying your family. Get out of here.
Fair enough.
It felt so generic. It
got better. That's all.
I can't really judge it. I can't really judge it because all I've seen is trailers and like 10-minute clips. But what I saw wasn't enough to make me put it on my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's great or anything. I just said it wasn't bad.
I'm gonna put the rubber band down. I've been playing with it.
I mean, I watched the whole thing. I thought it was fine. It wasn't the original. It wasn't the original Lost in Space. And again, like with the movie, it didn't have any joy to it. It sucked all the joy out of it. It was just,
that's what I'm talking about. There's nothing, no, I'm not saying no humanity, but there was no, character or whatever. There was basically, it's like having like a pizza with no spice on it.
Right.
Where's the spice? Where's the little oregano? Where's a little bit of the garlic? Where's a little this and that?
And keep in mind, she's from Chicago. So when she's talking about pizza, she's talking about pizza.
Pizza.
Deep dish.
It eats as a meal for like 4 meals in one little slice.
Man, I got to go back to Chicago now.
You ain't far. I wish I was.
No, I'm not. I'm like 5 hours.
I know. I'm jealous.
Oh God, 45-minute wait time. Jeez.
Were you ordering a pizza?
Yeah, I had to. It was her fault.
My fault. Hang my head in shame.
I've been making my own pizzas lately. Like once I realized how easy it is to make pizza dough. Like,
yeah.
It's just something I've been doing a lot lately.
They even have that at Publix. They have pre-made pizza dough. All you have to do is add whatever you want.
It's 106 degrees. I'm not turning no ovens on.
Good point.
I decided
hey, Nicole's here.
In case you ain't noticed,
Hi, Nicole.
In case you ain't noticed, I'm sitting inside beside the air conditioner in the house today.
Yeah, I'm not going outside.
I'm not going outside if I don't have to right now.
It's been brutal out there.
I'm going fishing later.
I'm going to go out and smoke a cigar.
If I could go out fishing like on a lake, like with a nice breeze, I would do that.
I got one right there.
All we've got here is the Mississippi, and I'm not fishing in the Mississippi.
So like my list is up to like 106 movies right now, and I've only got 3 of them marked off, 4 of them marked off.
Well, let me go ahead and
wasn't even on my list because I didn't consider that movie a comedy.
Okay, Shane, we're gonna let Indy lead you in.
Danny, let me go ahead and poop on your parade because I'm surprised nobody's said it yet. What's the question? Are we just talking about like our favorite pick?
Yeah, we're just any pick that you have that you want to talk about.
Undeniable Spaceballs.
Yeah,
the legend himself, Mel Brooks. I'm a Star Wars nerd, as a lot of people know, and Spaceballs was just the absolute perfect spoof that can be done of Star Wars. There is a Turkish Star Wars that exists.
What?
I've only seen the Brandon
sense. It absolutely makes no sense. It's like some Bollywood kind of stuff going on. Like, what's going on here? But
Spider-Man, yeah.
Spaceballs we're allegedly getting a part 2. Mel Brooks has confirmed it. He said that it's in the works. I'm gonna be shocked if he lives long enough to see it.
He's
99. Yeah.
Mel Brooks is in Stan Lee territory right now at this point in his career. It's like, are you gonna make it?
Interviews with him, he seems like normal. Like he doesn't seem like he's 99. He doesn't skip he doesn't act like it.
He doesn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
And like so many other franchises and movies that'll make references to Spaceballs as Spaceballs made references to Star Wars. I find it so comedic. One being the whole we're watching the movie while we're in the movie, and it was like, well, just rewind or fast forward. It was like, we can't do that because that's then. It was like, well, when can we get there? Soon.
When will then be now? My son says that sometimes when I'm being
it was a beautiful production of the movie of how Mel Brooks and George Lucas were good friends. Brooks asked his permission if he could do it, and he's just like, a couple conditions. You can't sell merchandise. So we get the whole yogurt scene of them talking about merchandising, and you can't make your main character look like Luke. And so he dressed him like Indiana Jones as a nod.
That is hilarious.
I love it, man. Oh, man. And I don't know how they're going to pull off this sequel. Rest in peace, John Candy. We're not gonna have Barf. So I don't even know what you're gonna make this movie about. If you do anything, I want you to make a spoof of The Last Jedi.
Oh.
I bet you money that there'll be somebody else playing that character of Barth, and we'll be sitting here talking about how bad his portrayal. No matter
Hate him
who it
already.
is.
Hate him already.
If I were to replace him, recast him, I would go after John Goodman because I think John Goodman could do it.
Oh, good choice.
Mhm.
He did that for Blues Brothers. Point that out.
John Goodman is a great singer. He was a great
No,
fill-in
I love John
to
Goodman.
go
John
in
Goodman's
with
fantastic.
Dan. But that movie, Blues Brothers,
Yeah.
Blues Brothers is my favorite movie of all time. Blues
Mine
Brothers
too.
2000, I wanted to strangle somebody.
Me too.
When I tell people about the movie, I say just fast forward through the entire thing, watch the band at the end, and that's it. That's the only
Yeah.
thing you need to watch.
Yeah, I prefer the original, the one, the only.
Wait a minute. It's the one with the really cool Ghost Riders in the Sky thing.
That's the sequel, yeah.
Yeah, that's in the
That's
sequel.
the only
that
part of
far.
that movie I like was where they did that Ghost Riders in the Sky thing.
And yeah, Indy, I fear it will definitely be painful. I'm not expecting it to be good. If it's good, I'll be pleasantly surpurprised. Because I also watched the History of the World TV show on.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That
Not
did cast some shade in my eyes. It's like that was so it was half and half woken, yet you're trying, but it was a lot
cringe.
forced. It was cringe. And yeah, I do worry about a Spaceballs 2. It's just like
I don't think they'll recast
what
Barf.
audience?
I think they'll just have like Barf's son or something. I think that's what they'll do.
I'm worried about what kind of audience Mel Brooks is trying to appeal to now.
And well, of course, Dom DeLuise is also gone, so you've also lost Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he did eat himself to death. So
Yes, yeah, it was
Oh,
valid,
yeah.
but still, it's just like Dom DeLuise was always a perennial in Mel Brooks' guest films.
Didn't Pizza the Hut die in Spaceballs? Wait a minute.
yeah,
Yes.
he ate himself
Yes,
to
he ate
death.
himself.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yes, he really
Oh
did.
my
in the movie.
God.
That's how he
Oh, I
died.
see. I was talking in real life.
No. Dom DeLuise did not eat himself.
Eat
to death.
himself to death.
Oh,
Give him a
Technically,
chance.
he did,
But,
but no, he didn't.
I thought he lost weight at the end.
It was too little, too late. But
I don't
one of the things I love most about Spaceballs, though, and it's a wonderful parody. But no, the thing about parodies, though, is they follow a certain track. It's actually one of the things that hamstrings them. There's very little room for innovation. Yet Mel Brooks always managed to do that. One of my favorite segments was the diner scene, which is the homage to Aliens. And when the embryo breaks into "Hello, my honey, hello, my baby," I lost my shit the first time I saw that. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard because I did not see that coming. Or another one that was up there was when the capital ship crashes on the planet, and it's that homage to Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, yeah.
oh gosh.
There goes the planet.
There goes the planet. I mean, even gets a guy who sounds like Roddy McDowell. I'm like, it's these curveballs that I thought really, really made the movie funny. So it works as a sci-fi film spoof, but it was a very, very organically funny movie too, and loved it.
That xenomorph scene you're talking about in the diner, the certain part is when they're zoomed in on it, and he's like, and slowly a little hand in a hat comes up,
Spotlight.
and then he starts doing the devil like, well, didn't see that coming.
And to me, that scene always belonged in Galaxina.
And then, of course, John Hurt looks up, breaks the fourth wall, and says,
Not again.
"No, not again." And John Hurt has actually been in a couple of Mel Brooks movies. John Hurt plays Jesus in History of the World Part 1.
Wow.
Oh,
Little trivia for you there.
Neat. Oh.
But no, Shane, your pick was the pick that had to be picked in this.
Yeah, somebody was going to say it. Yeah.
Someone had to say it.
I was deliberately avoiding, as I'm the one who's going to go for all the weird, different forgotten crap.
Well, you
You're
better
the
say
one
my
who's going to
next-
go for the weird.
You better say my next one before I say it.
My next movie was originally going to be something else, but because you bring up Spaceballs, the greatest Star Wars parody, I guess I have to bring up Galaxy Quest, which is the best Star
There it
Trek
is.
parody.
Yeah, for the win.
Speaking of Sam
I
Rockwell and how great he
love
is,
Galaxy Quest. I
Number
love
10 on my
Galaxy
list.
Quest.
Galaxy Quest is a better Star Trek movie than like half of the Star Trek movies. I freaking love Galaxy Quest so much. And again, Alan Rickman almost steals the entire movie for me. It's so perfect because it's the kind of thing where it's laughing at the tropes of Star Trek, but it's kind of like doing it in a really like fun, gentle way. Just like laugh with us. We know you are capable of laughing at yourself, Star Trek fans. It's less the William Shatner get a life and more just being goofy with it, just having fun with it. And I think it does a really, really good job of tackling that balance, where it doesn't ever get mean-spirited about it. It's just fun. And I love that. And it has moments of like seriousness. Like somehow it makes the running gag of Alan Rickman having to say "by grab Thar's hammer" into an actual emotional moment. Like I don't know how it does it, but it does it. It's great.
I love how everybody in that movie goes through a character arc.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very
Everybody
competently
gets an
written as
arc.
a movie. Like,
It's
yeah.
just-
I'll say I like it so much that it's actually on my DVR as one of the movies I'm rewatching this month after my terrible movie watching experience of 3 Star Wars crap movies that ended in Ewoks and the Blue Beetle. I've tried to record some good movies to watch.
And one of my favorite little factoids about Galaxy Quest is that some of the dialogue is actually taken from documented arguments behind the scenes
Yeah, definitely.
with
Oh, no
some of the cast
way.
members.
Wow.
Like,
Especially the Shatner Nimoy thing. Like, the movie
that
really
scene
leans into
stealing
that.
scene stealing hack was actually an insult that was thrown out.
Oh my God.
And it's great because
I
you've
love
got
the
Tim
fact-
Allen versus Alan Rickman, and it's exactly the same. Alan Rickman is a established Shakespearean actor,
Mhm.
and Tim Allen is a washed up drug addict who managed to become a comedian.
Tim Allen almost ruined Dave Chappelle's career.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
If y'all know that story,
I
him
do.
and
Oh,
Jim
please.
Brewer.
Please share. Please share.
Yes, please.
It was when Dave Chappelle and Jim Brewer were like these little kind of step inside characters on a Tool Time Home Improvement. And Tim Allen did not like them, didn't like the elements they were bringing to the show and wanted them kicked off. And they were fighting to keep their position, but they were quietly written off. And he just really tried to bury them. But nobody was listening to Tim because, and
Yeah.
so he just kind of got ignored. And both of these two guys went on to have great careers. And I think it was around that time, the two of them started to write Half Baked. It was like, well, show
Wow.
him. That talentless hack. All that coke up his nose, just like white people to do white stuff. Ah.
I had no idea you could do a Dave Chappelle. That was really good.
It's almost scary. I got a chill down my back.
Wow.
I love Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
Did you see the bit he did? He was doing a bit, and this woman out of the blue started yelling at him that he was two things: one, racist; two, that he racist against Asians; and two, had a problem with interracial marriages. And he stood there and he goes, to deal with, and I'm gonna have to paraphrase, but he says, well, to deal with both in one sentence, I'm married to a Filipino woman.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh.
Oh my God.
How could I possibly? It's it's my favorite Dave Chappelle anecdote. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I felt compelled to share it with you folks.
And
God.
Half Baked is one of my favorite stoner comedies outside of Cheech and Chong, for
That's
sure. Like, I freaking love Half Baked. It's great.
Stephen Wright, the guy on the couch.
I kind of like Dazed and Confused.
It's Confused is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
certainly isn't Zap.
Earth Girls Are
Topless
Easy.
Heather Thomas could not save a movie. You know that movie is bad.
I remember Earth Girls Are Easy and Weird Science. Those two were kind of strange.
Indie Spoats, that's racist.
I'm wearing my glasses.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Shane, but I don't think Caldy got enough donations last night, so racism is on the table.
Nice.
All right.
We have Andy Byron to distract us now, so we can say whatever we want.
Last night, I think I missed something.
Okay, does anybody else have anything to say about Galaxy Quest, or shall we move on?
I just always thought it would be really cool if they had made the movie
Great movie.
Galaxy Quest. If they had made that with the cast of Star Trek, the original guys, I thought that would make Galaxy Quest even better. But
Yeah, but you'd have to get them to work together.
I know it was fun trying.
Well, this actually wasn't my next pick, but I'm going to have to share it for two reasons. One, it fits very nicely with what we're talking about, and two, Mrs. Thrash begged me. A movie that I had actually gotten borrowed from a friend of mine years ago called Trekkies.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I remember I got Trekkie. This is a true story. We were like newlyweds at the time. I had gotten a copy of Trekkies and I'm watching it, and I remember it wasn't grabbing me for some reason. It was funny, but it wasn't great. I don't know. I turned it off. I ended up having to go to work. I come home from work, and Mrs. Thrash is like on the couch, like doubled over. She's laughing so hard. And I go, "Oh, what's so funny?" She goes, "That movie that you left, it is the funniest movie in the world." And I go, "Huh? What do you? It's kind of a dry dramedy." And she goes, "No, it's funny." And I go, "How?" She goes, "That's just how you people are like." And I thought for a second, and I'm like, "Us people." Oh, they're not laughing with us; they're laughing at us. And I go, "I'm going to watch this again, only from the point of view that it's laughing at Trekkies." And by golly, in that case, it was funny. So, no, and I don't think it was laughing at Trekkies in a harmful, toxic kind of way, but it is most definitely making fun of them. And if you look at it from a certain angle, yes, it actually is very funny. And I thought the cast was great. And the really funny thing, when the whole like romance thing is blooming, and he fantasizes her in the red Star Trek yeoman's outfit, I'm like, what Trekkie hasn't done that? So, it's like, so I think the film actually does work.
No, I mean I haven't seen it in years, but I
Neither
remember
have I.
liking it when it came out. Yeah, I used to watch it, and what's that Star Wars movie? George Lucas in Love. Anybody seen that?
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard of it.
It's just a short movie, a short film about like a young George Lucas at USC, and all of his like film professors are characters from Star Wars, and he falls in love with a fellow student who's got the buns, and she's leading a student rebellion. Yeah, it's great. It's fun. It's just very silly. I think George Lucas himself really liked it. So.
The best Star Trek parody of all time, though, still has to be Troops.
Oh, Star Wars, yeah. Troops,
which is cops only with stormtroopers.
and
They
of
were
course,
talking about making that into a
yeah.
feature film at one point.
Yeah. And now they're making The Mandalorian and Grogu. Yay.
Thank you, Disney.
Yeah, right.
Not starring Pedro Pascal.
Aren't we all collectively getting sick of Pedro Pascal?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
He's
yes.
overused. He's like a wrong sponge.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Trekkies, great.
Trekkies.
Dan, your turn.
Your turn.
You know, I hope my reception don't go out. A helicopter or something flew over and everything just went
Oh, another UFO. Oh no.
weird.
They're
Hey,
watching you.
I got it on video. Don't make fun. Okay, I'm gonna go with my number 4 pick. Weird Science.
Yes,
Ah.
yes.
I know we won't spend much time discussing it because it's been discussed on 10 shows before.
Yeah, it's come up before, yes.
Yeah, it's come up. So we'll just say Weird Science for number 4.
One of my favorite factoids about that movie is that when they were coming up with the character who like breaks in to the house, the Mad Max guy,
Mhm.
they said they wanted somebody who looks like the guy from Mad Max, and then somebody it was like just a stagehand or something randomly walked into the room and suggested, why don't you just ask the guy who was in Mad Max? And they're like, oh, I didn't think of that. So that's how they got the guy from Mad Max to be in the movie.
Pretty cool.
Vernon Wells. Thank you, Indy. I couldn't remember his name.
Easy money.
I love that movie. It's a great movie.
I always liked Weird Science. It was kind of the teen comedy that really sticks out and it's one you remember years later. I think it was probably something to do with the girl in it.
Oh, what's her name? Indy, help me out. What was her name? She's still good looking to this day.
She was married to Steven Seagal.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't think of her name.
None of us can. It's driving me nuts.
God bless her soul. She was married to Stevens. Wow.
I know, right?
She got out.
Wow.
Sorry,
Kelly
ladies.
LeBrock. Thank you.
Kelly
Oh,
Why was that so hard to remember?
sorry, ladies, but Steven Seagal ain't all that.
No, Steven Seagal's awful.
He wasn't then, too. Did you ever have John Leguizamo tells a great story about that. He was a young up-and-coming actor in Steven Seagal. He had a small part in the Steven Seagal movie, and he comes out and he has the whole cast line up, and he's grilling them, saying, we're going to do this way, we're going to do this way, this is my my turf, you're going to play my way. And John Leguizamo actually thought he was kidding, just sort of like horsing around, and when he right. And Steven Seagal put him in a chokehold, and he's like, seriously?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the man's a
That's
psychopath.
terrible.
Kelly
was
LeBrock was the
infamous.
man eater. Really, I had no idea. I didn't know
Wow.
Oh,
That's a cool
Seagal
fact.
he was infamous for that on movie sets. I've heard a bunch of stories from like stuntmen that'll say, they'll go through the walkthroughs with what they're going to do in action scenes, and when they start filming, Seagal will try to go full force with his fake weefu and just actually taking shots at them, and they'll have to start defending themselves from him, and a couple of them actually like hit him back. And he'd be like, yeah, I want this guy out of here. As wide as he could open his eyes. But I want this guy out of here. It's like, dude, you attacked me. We're shooting a stunt scene. What was that? He thought he was such a martial arts master. The dude doesn't know crap. He's a fraud. I got a great. I don't mean to plug. I don't mean to plug another channel on your show, but there's a great channel called Space Ice. This guy, he comically reviews Steven Seagal movies, and he doesn't like the movie man announcer voice. He's like, this blockbuster hit, Steven Seagal's greatest movie ever. And he just rips him apart. All his movies, how fake he is. Have you seen I never noticed how Steven Seagal ran until I watched this guy's channel. Steven Seagal, he runs like
runs like a girl.
I wouldn't even say running like a girl. I don't know what they're describing as.
Sorry, equal opportunity offender here.
Lately, Steven Seagal's it's like really fat and huge. I don't think.
Oh, he's enormous now. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven Seagal ain't gonna do no running, man. I think he's gonna walk too fast.
He makes us look thin.
We'll cast Steven Seagal in the remake of Running Man.
Oh, that'd be good.
My favorite Steven Seagal movie is Executive Decision. He dies like 3 minutes in. He delivers a great line. I know my friend of channel, Tristan, the martial arts film freak, he's obviously not paying attention, because if he was in the chat, he would be screaming. He
I don't think I have a favorite Steven Seagal movie.
Me either.
I can't say that I have a favorite Steven Seagal movie, but the one about where the bad guys take over the battleship.
Under Siege.
That's
my favorite
Under
Steven
Siege
Seagal movie.
Would be my favorite Steven Seagal movie, but not because of Steven Seagal, because the bad guys in that movie are just so damn.
Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the girl who pops up out of the cake, but
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones steals that movie, man.
Tommy Lee Jones is great in that movie.
He's great.
He took that role and channeled it into Two-Face or Batman. I swear.
And Gary Busey is a nutcase. I mean, it was organic. Ooh.
You don't get any better than him.
That's why he always played great sociopaths, like in Lethal Weapon. He's great because he really is that crazy.
Even
Down
before the
out
motorcycle
Beverly
accident.
Hills.
I like that movie where he played crazy uncle werewolf killer.
Oh yeah,
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
Oh yeah, made the kid the badass wheelchair.
It's another fun movie trivia. Is that in that scene in Lethal Weapon where like he has the lighter held up to his arm? Like they were gonna fake it, but Gary Busey's like, no, just do it. Gary Busey.
Just do it. Just start filming.
Quickly, start filming quickly.
Action.
Just,
Mhm.
No. Ow.
And I gotta say this about Weird Science. I wanted to
oh
say
yeah,
this.
Michael Merriman.
I got a real big problem with that movie because let's be real. You're a pair of wild-brained, young, prepubescent, going into the stage, whatever, your teens, 2 teen guys. You had the ability and actually pulled it off and created a woman
I know where this
that
is
will
going.
obey your commands. And you didn't do the obvious thing. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Elephant in the
Oh,
room.
it's
Elephant in the room.
okay. It's
Leave it at
okay.
Hey, that's the difference between an R and an X, dude.
Well, they didn't know what like that scene in the shower where they don't even know how to act at that point. Like they've lost the plot.
They'd figure it out, I promise you. They'd figure it out.
Yeah, like 5 years
Kelly
later.
the Brock.
It's like when Robot Chicken did the parody of the Sarah Connor Chronicles. We all know where this is going.
Yeah.
But you
Step one,
Oh,
get your friend
gosh.
out of the shower.
Well, she's
know-
a Terminator, so she weighs like what, about 1,000, 2,000 pounds. It'd be a problem having her on top.
well,
you know.
there's ways around that too. You know, but
If you
All right,
die,
I'm
it's a
gonna stop.
sacrifice you're willing to make. You know.
See,
I always wonder about that in the movies. If the I can't tell the Terminator's away from people. Put a punji stick trap in the front of your lair. If he goes through it, he weighs more than a human. But what do I know? But you're right; those titanium skeletons must have been ridiculously heavy. You know.
I think one of my favorite movies is kind of a tie between Austin Powers, the first one, and a Closed Circuit would be the second.
Closed circuit.
Closed circuit.
I like Closed Circuit. I would have to give it to Austin Powers, and I'm glad you mentioned
Yeah.
that, Tracy, because one of the things that makes sci-fi comedies, the good ones, really great is the fact that you could tell they have a true love for science fiction. They're not just lampooning it, which is fine. You can have fun with a farce, but if you really truly love science fiction, you will tell, and the work will be the better for it. Austin Powers is wonderful. I guess when he was a kid, he and his dad used to watch things like Our Man Flint and the James Bond movies, and he loved secret agent movies, and it really came through in Austin Powers. I mean, the little nuances that you wouldn't pick up on when you watch it, like, oh my god, yes, they do that in every secret agent movie ever, and they do this in here. But of course, I gotta admit, my favorite scene in Austin Powers is the family therapy.
Oh,
That destroys me.
my favorite thing is the fembots. I thought that was hilarious.
They're great.
I was
They're
crying.
great. But the fact that everything, because Carrie Fisher is the therapist, and everything that Dr. Evil says is interpreted as a breakthrough. Who will rule the world when we're gone? Haven't we all felt like that? It's like, because I've been stuck in therapy sessions like that, saying, "God, get me out of here or kill me." But it was just so great. And then he gives that expositional. You know, my childhood is very inconsequential. I grew up in Rangoon. You know, the summers in Rangoon, luge lessons, and it's just so funny the way he rattles it off. It just that whole segment just destroyed me. But it's a great movie, and again, you could tell there was true love for those types of films.
Thank you, Tracy. I'm about to put that on my list and check that out. Closed Circuit.
You can't go wrong with Robert Wagner being a bad guy in it.
Yeah.
It's got
I know, really.
Eric Bana in it.
I don't think it was a true comedy movie, but it was pretty funny, you know. I mean,
I trust you. I will be laughing.
Do you mean Short Circuit? Just out of curiosity.
yeah.
No, there's
Yeah,
there's a movie called
I
Closed
know there's a
Circuit.
movie called Closed Circuit.
No,
I saw it.
Short Circuit. Short
I'm
Circuit.
pretty sure she.
You're
That's
talking
what
about Short Circuit?
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit.
Johnny
The
Five.
Closed
is
Circuit does
still
look good. I looked it up too.
Short,
Yeah,
sorry,
I want
say
to
that
see this
2
now.
my brain is gone. But no, yeah,
It's short-circuited.
Circuit. Yeah, thank you.
I could
No,
sit here
it's
and
not
talk
Sambo's that
all
funny.
day about Short Circuit.
Johnny Five is still alive.
Between Short Circuit and the next movie, that's my pick. Both.
Well,
of
it
them.
is your turn.
Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Go for it.
Is
It's your
It
turn.
is
Tracy, are you done?
up to you now.
Well, just for the piggyback to, let's call it a segue. Short Circuit, the female lead, Ali Sheedy. And my next pick is underrated, hated. People can't stand it. To stay in the Star Wars realm, George Lucas movie, Howard the Duck.
Oh God!
Yay!
Starring Leah Thompson. Both of them were my first childhood crushes. Now, Howard the Duck, I didn't know anything about Howard the Duck. Well, I'm a itty bitty little kid. I'm a little sicko. And just all I see is a talking duck and this cute girl in a rock band and the first introduction to Tim Robbins.
Oh gosh!
She's the nerd.
I love that movie. It's just a part of my childhood. There's a lot of
Congratulations,
great
bud.
comedy in that movie. It's not faithful to the comic. I didn't learn about the comics till later. That this movie is nothing like the comics. But I still loved it. It's just so entertaining. It was like one scene, the whole thing with the dark overlords of the universe coming down through a telescope. How does that work? But it's a telescope. How did you do that? Why is there electricity flowing and shooting beams out of a telescope? Okay, fine, whatever. I'll let it go.
And turning
I don't
Jeffrey
care.
Jones evil, which yeah.
I just want to say one thing real quick. Congratulations, Buff. Congratulations. You're the first one to pick a movie on my shit list of shit movies.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'll try to make sure I don't do that anymore. But,
Well, Shane, I'll grant you, Leah Thompson was adorable in that movie.
There's that one scene where she's wearing that like
Worse.
jag.
She's
That's
cute.
when they're about to go to bed and
Yeah, come on, man.
man.
A young Tug really enjoyed that.
After that, you and I diverge on our love of that movie. And you know what? And yes, I remember. I knew the comic before the movie came out too. Myself, actually, I had a buddy of mine who was huge into comics. He got me into it, and it diverted wildly from the comic, but that wasn't unforgivable. What bothered me most about the Howard the Duck, and this is the thing that I can never get past, is if there's one thing I hate, it's when a movie breaks its own rules. A movie can't stay in its own lane. It doesn't exist in its own universe. The premise of this movie is that an anthropomorphic creature from another parallel universe comes into ours. With me so far? Now, at the end, the elixir, the drama, the MacGuffin, these evil overlords are coming from another universe to destroy Earth, and Howard just like, oh yeah, creatures from another universe. Okay, right. You're a creature from another universe, you dimwit. Why is this so hard for you to absorb? And someone said, oh, that's supposed to be the in-joke. And I'm like, no, it's not an in-joke. It's stupid. And
I
things
will
like that
absolutely give you that. Yeah, that was a weird thing for him to say. It was just like, how do you not believe
And of
this?
course, you know, the one
Thank
thing
You.
the part I
of
don't
all
like-
people.
the part I don't like is bestiality, but just saying.
Especially if you know about Duck and
But
but
my favorite part in that movie is they get to the roadblock. It was a smog inspection checkpoint, and he's Jennings is driving the 18-wheeler, and he's got Leah Thompson, and it's like, just slaps on his truck, like, what's your license, Jack? He was like, I don't have a license, and I am not Jack, and just as absent. It's like, that will stay with me for infamy. I did it once to a state trooper, and in Tennessee, he just comes up. I see he's not serious about what he's doing. We do roadside inspections.
Oh.
He just kind of kicked one of my tires and touched my airline. It's just like, hey man, how you doing? And I was just like, I am not Jack. And he was like, what? I started laughing. I told him, I was like, yeah, it's a line from a
So
movie.
that's how
Whatever.
Shane
We-
got shot.
when I woke up from the coma.
Oh man.
But no,
It's like the old Emo Phillips line. And so I was thinking later on in the prison cell that there's a time and place for sarcasm.
I will say Howard the Duck is objectively a terrible, terrible movie.
me, me too.
But like Shane, I grew up with it. So like I love this movie. I've been threatening to cover it on my channel for years.
no.
But my patrons keep screaming at me not to.
No, go ahead.
You let me
Do it.
know. You
Do
let
it.
me
Go
know
ahead.
if you
I
do
want
it.
you to
I
do it.
want to be there.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely love this movie. I have so many childhood memories of this movie. And it's not just Leah Thompson in the negligee. I mean, there's so much more to this movie that I adored as a kid. And yeah, like Shane, I knew nothing about the comics. I didn't even know it was a comic back then. Like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was a great, stupid movie about a duck that was made by the same guy who made Star Wars. I loved it. You know, like it's just, so yeah, I'm with you, Shane. But objectively, yeah, it's pretty bad. I can't deny that.
But
I still think the only way to have duck is with a nice sauce and potatoes.
but like with that, I do love
Orange.
Tracy's pick of Short Circuit. It's like those two movies ran together with me.
Yeah.
About that same time in childhood, and just
Yeah.
Johnny Five is absolutely adorable. Being the five of them, there were actually six robots.
Yeah, there was the sixth.
One of them
Yeah.
was destroyed. I don't know if he was ever used in combat, but when they do the hobnob scene at the beginning,
Mhm.
there's one on display. I was like, well, where was he? And by the end of that movie, there's still one function. Number 4 is still up and functioning. Because, like, what happened to him? And by the end of the movie, it's just
You're
like,
welcome,
Nova just
Jerry.
lets you keep this van? What? Unless you drive all the way to Montana with what?
Oh my God.
Benjamin
that's
had
great.
one in part 2. He had a Nova van. It's like, where did you get
They took them.
that?
I like the little bitty robots in part 2. You know, the little Johnnies.
Oh, they were adorable.
I never could find one in a store nowhere.
Well, for little bitty robots, you got to talk about batteries not included. Those are my favorite small robots. I love those guys.
See now another favorite of mine, but it's not a movie. It was a skit done on Conan O'Brien where he's seeing all these people waiting for the Sith movie to come out in New York, and all these people are dressed in Star Wars characters. And Triumph is insulting like all of them.
Triumph, of course.
Yeah.
Me too, poop on.
Yeah. And he was like with this guy who was dressed up like Spock. He has middle finger up, to all the Star Wars people. And he goes to this one girl. He goes, now you're with all these guys who do not know how to please you. It's like, I'm like, oh my God. you have you ever been with a woman doing like that Shatner thing from
Even
Fun
your
fact
mother?
about me.
Ooh.
Fun fact about me: my brother actually met his current wife in line for Star Wars tickets.
Oh God.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Very cute.
Love Among the Stars. Well, I thought that was a kind of cute thing to
when Mrs.
mention.
Thrash and I were newlyweds, there was this guy who worked at a gas station convenience store that we both had to go to, and he very visibly had a crush on my wife. And I don't know if I pointed out, but it deserves reiteration. He was also something of a geek, and he once asked me, "Your wife, man, how did you meet her?" And I go, "At a Doctor Who convention." And he was like, We did not meet at a Doctor Who convention. Actually, the truth would have been even more hurtful. I was a convenience store clerk, and she used to come in for cigarettes every morning until I finally asked her out. So either way, he would have missed out.
That's
But I
true
thought Doctor Who
romance.
convention was more of a.
Speaking of which, you got to tell me which one you saw that you say that I was in.
Oh yes, in fact, didn't I send that to you?
No,
It was Tom Baker. It was the 1984 what was the name of it? Convention.
Genesis or something.
No,
like
it wasn't Genesis. It was the
Bring me
Creation
Genesis.
Convention, I think it was called.
that? Yeah.
Creation Convention from 1984.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I thought I'd send it to you.
Please.
I'll double check. I don't know if it's still in my queue, or if it is, that's from days ago. I watch a lot of YouTube, but
Me
I'll see if I
too.
can find it for you.
It's more fun than TV. TV stinks these days.
It always has. But sorry, go ahead.
Mm.
So I've lost track. Who's up?
It's my turn. We're gonna make this fast, so I got to talk about something that's gonna be fast. I guess I'll talk about briefly. I will talk about Dark Star, John Carpenter, Dan O'Bannon sci-fi movie from like 1976. I want to say.
We got the second pick for my shit list.
Dark Star is kind of like a stoner comedy. Before like stoner comedies were really, really big. And Dan O'Bannon as Pinbacker is almost steals the movie for me. He's great. I wish Dan O'Bannon had done more acting in comedy because I feel like he had a knack for it and he didn't even realize it. But he was a writer at heart, and he went on and made Alien with Ronald Shusett. So no hard feelings, I guess. But I love Dark Star. Dark Star is great, and I love the robot at the end. 1974. Thank you, Indy. Which is what I was talking about with Starship Titanic. The self-aware robot that doesn't want to blow up the ship is very much Dark Star. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad movie, Dan. I like it a lot.
Just because the movie's on my shit list don't mean I didn't enjoy it.
It's stupid. It's really dumb, but it's a
It just
stoner
means
comedy.
it's
It's
a dumb
supposed to
piece
be.
of shit, I'll give you an example. Also on this list, you'll find a movie called Inner Space.
Oh,
Martin Short. That's even a bigger piece
I
of shit.
love that movie.
how is it that we've mentioned like 10 different movies I've already covered on my channel, including Inner Space?
Oh, and while on the subject,
Dark Star.
Vern, who's or whatever from
Troyer.
the guy who was in Road Warrior.
Oh, Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells, thank you. Vernon Wells plays an enforcer in Inner Space.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But an equally shitty movie that people liked.
I love Inner Space.
And I thought the
Elizabeth
chemistry
Griffith.
between Martin Short and Quaid was actually really good, considering they're actually never on camera at the same
only until the
time
very
together.
very end. Yeah,
I think the big question would be on what drug Martin Short was on when he made that movie.
Oh God, that's funny.
it was
But
originally going to be they were trying to go for a Lewis and Martin comedy. Like that's the style they were going for when they cast Martin Short and Dennis Quaid, which you can kind of see that in its DNA. Yeah, it works. I love
It
that movie.
does. It does.
And it's better than Martin and Lewis because, as we've already mentioned, I don't like Jerry Lewis.
I must confess, Martin Short's Jerry Lewis is riveting. In fact, that's a great story. Right before she died, Martin Short was doing the Tonight Show, and Betty Davis. It was one of her last on TV appearances.
Wow.
And he comes up behind her and he goes, Betty! And she's like, and he thought she'd think it was funny, and she didn't. And I guess she was like miserable for the entire show. He goes,
oh no.
But then again, so did Joan Crawford. But Martin Short's one of those people where there's a few people like this. John Lovitz, I guess, like this too. They're actually funnier in real life than they actually are in their acting choices. There's just something so organically funny about them that will like when you see them in interview and stuff, it's like, oh my God, I laughed harder at that interview than I had at their last 3 movies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Martin Short is great. But we were actually talking about something else, weren't we? About a different movie. Dark Star.
Dark Star.
Dark Star.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more about O'Bannon. That scene where he's reviewing his video journal,
Yeah.
and you see his descent into madness, and yet it's the funniest thing in the entire movie. I mean, that's hard to pull off, and he does it. He really does. In my opinion, that's the funniest scene in the whole movie. Oh, and my friends and I used to say gesture deleted all the time when we wanted to like say something in public we couldn't. Yeah, gesture deleted.
And Carowin, Heartbeeps doesn't really qualify as a sci-fi comedy movie. Not because it's not sci-fi, not because it's not a comedy, but because it's not a movie. Really, it's so bad.
It might be.
And you know what the sad thing is? The premise isn't that bad. It's just so
movies.
miserably executed. But
I've never even seen the whole thing. I've seen like half of it, and that's as far as I can get. You know,
the idea of obsolete robots trying to escape a junk pile. You know what? I'm all over it. It sounds like something Brian Aldiss would have written, but it has to be good.
I guess that movie jumped a junk pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely on the shit list.
Okay, so lightning round. Thrash, what do you got that you can talk about quickly?
Okay. Time Bandits.
Ah, yes, another movie that I've covered on my channel. Sean Connery for the win. Great.
Danny, you're up.
Evolution with David Duchovny.
Oh man,
One
I
of my
love that movie. I can talk about that movie
of all time is highly underrated. He has some of the best one-liners in this movie of his freaking career.
Yes,
And
and Orlando Jones is so
and
good.
any movie you kill a giant alien by giving it an anal probe has to be a good movie.
Oh, Head and Shoulders, no less. Yeah. A Head and Shoulders enema.
Oh my god.
I love that movie. That is such a great movie, and I'm annoyed that you mentioned it in the lightning round because I want to talk more about it.
I'll circle it for a future event.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about like conspiracy movies or something, and it can qualify.
I can talk about Evolution quite a bit. It's one of the ones I got on DVD and would actually pull out and watch.
Yeah, just for fun, man.
Yeah.
like, can I get an ice cream? Oh, okay. What flavor? It doesn't matter. It's for my ass.
Can you guys still hear me, by the way?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you just fine. Are you having internet issues?
No, I literally like feather touch brushed my camera cord and it died. And I feel there's no point in resetting it up because we got about like 120 seconds left. So I might as well I'm going to be audio only for the rest of the show.
Okay, that's fair. No problem. Okay, Tracy, lightning round, go.
Okay. Well, not a movie, but a TV show. The newer versions of Doctor Who with the Dalek who's asking people would they like tea and would they like crumpets with their thing in one of the episodes. So like one of them is just like a manservant. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, Shane.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let her rip.
I'm gonna say this as fast as I can without cussing. It's a combination of two movies: The Last Jedi and The Rise of Palpatine, or as they call it, The Rise of Skywalker. These movies
Definitely
combined
apart.
together are absolutely comedic. I didn't know if I hated it or if I loved it as the tragedy of a comedy that it is, because so much nonsense happens throughout this thing. Couple of highlights: the throne room fight with Palpatine and the Red Guards. Not Palpatine, Snoke. Well, technically Palpatine, but with Rey and Kylo. She is about to stab somebody. Oh, no, she's about to be stabbed. And next scene, knife is gone. All of a sudden, it was like, what? Somehow Palpatine is returned in The Rise of Skywalker. It was just like, who wrote that line? Somebody approved that. There's just so much nonsense that goes on. Hey, the Holdo maneuver. First off, why don't you let a droid pilot the ship and do this maneuver? You do not have to sacrifice yourself. And then in the next movie, it's J.J. Abrams and Ryan Ruin fighting each other between directing these two movies. It's like, oh, I did this, and JJ's like, no, we're not going to have that. These movies hate each other. And the Holdo maneuver is all of a sudden in the last movie, oh, it's a 1 in a million chance. It was done one time. That means 100% success rate. No, it's not a 1 in a million chance of it being successful. It's 100% effective. Those movies are absolute trash, but so hilarious to laugh at if you're a Star Wars nerd like me. And
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, one of these days I will get you on my show and we will discuss exclusively The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker.
All I
And
got
maybe
to
even
say,
the Force Awakens.
all I got to say, with a tear in my eye, I did not find nothing funny about them. Fucking Ewoks.
But I will say, for the record, I do disagree with you on The Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker, on the other hand, there's no defending that piece of trash. that is a terrible.
Most
movie.
people seem to like The Last Jedi better. I like The Force Awakens of the
I
three.
think of the three, The Force
It was
Awakens is
safe.
probably the safest of all three. Yeah.
Yeah, it
The
was
problem
safe.
isn't, I don't think Rian Johnson ruined it with The Last Jedi. I'm going to say this really quick because we're running out of time. I think the problem was that they didn't have a cohesive vision from the start for all three movies. They needed that, and they didn't have it. So yeah, the movies are all at war with each other. They're all like competing for their vision, and it comes to a head with Rise of Skywalker for sure. Like Rise of Skywalker undoes everything Rian Johnson tried to do, which was undoing everything that Force Awakens had tried to do. And what Force Awakens had tried to do is set up all these mystery boxes with no answers. And it's yeah,
They spit out 3 movies in 4 years. A trilogy.
That had no
Slow down.
cohesion whatsoever.
Slow down.
Yeah. And yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that at length on my channel one day. I promise you.
Gary Carpenter, you haven't seen Solo? Don't bother.
I want you to know any day you're going to talk about Star Wars, I am totally available to shit all over it all day long.
Absolutely. I will bring you aboard. I'm happy to be the sole voice of defending The Last Jedi because I'm used to it.
Oh, Star Trek. Live long and prosper.
But before we go, I do want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Nicole, Gary, Carowin, Nate, Indy, of course. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody else? I'm sure there were other people. Slasher Fred was here.
Harper
was here. Pixie. So many people. But thank you all. I'm sorry if I forgot anybody. Okay, Nate, it has to be 30 years old for me to cover it in my sci-fi classic reviews. For me to talk about it on this channel, it can be like it could have come out yesterday. Like I've been trying to go see Superman just so I can have chance on to talk about the new Superman movie. But I haven't gotten around to it. I don't have time to go to the movies anymore. I can't even remember the last time
because I'm afraid I'll hate it.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid I'll hate it too. And then me and Chance will be at odds because I know Chance loved it, and if I don't like it,
man, it's gonna make everybody mad when I shit all over.
Awkward.
I keep hearing mixed reviews about it. It's like a
Yeah,
lot of guys that I talk movies with and watch their stuff, they don't hate it. We universally hate the same stuff, but it was just like it's an okay movie. They did a lot of weird stuff. Superman gets his butt kicked throughout the movie, but they're showing a kind of different side of a Superman. So it's like it seems like it's worth a watch. I don't know about theater, go to the theater and pay money to watch, maybe wait for streaming, but that's on you. It's only like 2 hours and 3 minutes long, I think.
I totally
There's
think
so many characters in the movie.
Yeah, that's what bothers me is that it's like it seems chock full of too many characters. It's like it's the Dark Universe all over again. You're spending so much time trying to set up your universe without actually telling a story of its own, right? Like,
and I keep hearing everything I've seen. This Mr. Terrific character they brought in, black guy, is the one character that's praised as the best character in the movie.
No, it's Crypto, I think.
A bunch of people love him more. Oh, and Crypto. Yeah, they
Mr.
love these
Terrific,
two
Mr.
more than
Terrific.
Superman.
Hey, Mr. Terrific's a white guy. He plays on a TV
Not
show.
anymore.
Yeah, and they said that Ultraman's in this movie. Ultraman is not in that movie. I don't care what they call him. That is not Ultraman.
Ultraman ripoff.
The guy they got to play Lex, I think, really looks like Lex.
Yeah, I've heard he's really good. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the biggest thing about this movie is the stupid dog. It's done drew all the little kids in because everybody I talked to, all they brought to talk about is the dog. How cool
I was
the
at Target
dog.
yesterday, and the Crypto merchandise is is everywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
man,
it's
it's all-
taken
Can you
over.
buy it with cryptocurrency?
Ah!
Well, it's sad because they species swap the dog. Crypto is supposed to be like a Labrador, and
I
this
hate it when
dog's
they
like a
do that.
little-
Yeah. No, you are so right, and that bothers me when they do that. I still, one of my biggest complaints with the boy and his dog is I didn't get Nikita to play blood.
I knew you were going to bring it up.
Of course, I had to. Well, Shane opened the door. I just forced my way through.
You just walked through. I get it.
At least they didn't give him a great big old Great Dane Scooby Doo looking dog.
Well, Nate seems to have liked it, so I do want to give it a try. It's just a matter of whether or not I can get to the theater. And in the summertime is always hardest for me. Like when my son's in school, it's really easy to like get away in the middle of the day and go see a movie where there's nobody else in the theater. It's so peaceful. I love it. But in the summer, it's a lot harder to find time. And when I usually do, it'll be at night and there'll be all the crowds. And I don't like crowds, especially at the movie theater where people will not shut the up. So anyway,
that's why I wait. I typically wait about a month or two when the movie is released, and I'll go to the first showing on a weekday. That way, have the least amount of people in there. I went and saw F1 yesterday. Finally, that is a good movie.
I got to go see that with my stepfather because he was an F1 driver.
Wow.
It's a good theater movie.
I usually wait till they come out on DVD because I want no part of the public unless I get made to go with children.
There were me and two other people in the theater, and it was great.
But seeing on a big screen must have been really cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's really cinematographically done well. It's Jerry Bruckheimer did it in association with Warner Brothers and Apple TV. Apple Movies, whatever they want to call them. So, but the cinematic aspect of it is really great during the racing scenes.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah.
If I ever get really, really, really stupidly rich, when I go to the movies, what I will do is I will buy tickets for every single seat, so it's just me and the movie theater. I will do that.
If I get stupidly rich like that,
send me a thing so I can do that.
If I get stupid rich like that, I'm gonna have a theater downstairs and import my own movies to watch.
Yeah.
Most theaters companies will permit private screenings, just not during the regular show times. But you can for like birthday parties and stuff, you could actually get a screening of X, Y, or Z.
Wow.
FYI.
Yeah, I've looked into that actually because when I first started my Patreon, one of my Patreon goals was that like if I got to a certain number, I would invite everybody to the movie theater to watch some old sci-fi classics, and I could do it, and it actually would not be that expensive. It would actually be pretty cheap. The problem is that nobody lives near St. Louis, so
even people in Branson.
Exactly.
Closest person I live to around here is Chance. He's only 5 hours away.
Yeah.
I live.
Oh, and you're about 6 hours away from me.
Right.
Honestly, I live closer to Buff probably than anybody. And then Chance down towards Atlanta, away from me, like 90 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
closer to Chance.
We've gone over time.
What else is new?
And my family's going to break down the door real soon. And I know Thrash turns into a pumpkin. That's why he turned his camera off.
I'll see you guys all tonight at 7, right?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yep.
I don't think the Blame-O Network's going to cut it in on us.
I do have a review of The Brain That Wouldn't Die. That's going to drop in about half an hour. You should definitely check that out. It's one of my favorite schlock movies from the 50s. It's great. And yeah, I do talk about the MST3K version, and I don't say my usual thing about MST3K. I'm actually very nice to it because this movie kind of deserves MST3K. So, and we'll be back next week. If I see Superman in the next week, it will probably be me and Chance talking about Superman. If I haven't seen Superman by next week, I'll probably just keep going with this topic because my list is so freaking long.
I've still got at least 100 movies we didn't talk about.
I got a list.
Even on the list.
I wanted to bring up a movie that kind of spawned my channel name, but
yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we can do that. Because on this channel, I don't know if you know this, Shade, but sometimes I'll pick a topic and it'll be the topic of like the month or two. Like we'll just keep talking about it for over and over and over and over.
And
you
this will-
recycle us over and over.
You know, the thing about this topic is there's so many movies, no matter how many 3 or 4 shows, we're talking about different movies every time.
Exactly.
Sloppy spastic list you wrote. Handwriting stuff.
Chicken
Love you,
scratch.
Danny. you write that list angrily.
Especially if you want to write that says shit list.
That's it.
I was really angry when I wrote a couple of them names down. Wait till we get to the fun of talking
Howard the
about
Duck.
wonderful movies like Paul.
Oh God, you're killing me.
Oh, Paul.
Anyway, I'm gonna hit the button now.
Bye bye, guys. Have a good day.
Goodbye. Everybody go to Thrashes tonight at 7.
See ya.
Thank you and good night.
You're still here, Trash.